If everything in the British economy was working as well as this place, there'd be nothing for the government to worry about. 550 people work here making high-end motor parts. They export these to China and 77 other countries, and they're looking to hire more staff. The problem is they can't find the people with the skills. So this German-owned company is having to tour local schools to try to persuade English children that manufacturing is a good job.
The reality is that just hasn't happened overnight. The shortage is because over many years people haven't chosen to take that path. So the universities have not been producing necessarily the right skills for what industries like our industry requires.
It's amazing when you consider that Manchester gave birth to the Industrial Revolution. The cotton mills and factories used to provide work for nearly everyone, and a century ago gave Britain economic dominance over the world. Not anymore. Manufacturing in Britain's now only worth just over 10% of the national economy. That's less than half the contribution made by the financial sector. The banks, of course, go on endlessly about how important they are, but the plain fact is that the financial sector doesn't create new wealth. It doesn't drive growth in the way that manufacturing does. The problem is, once you've lost places like this, you never get them back. Few opportunities for mass employment means people like James find their backs against the wall. Laid off 2 years ago, he now works at this charity offloading furniture. In return, he gets a free lunch. Like the others, he does it to retain a little dignity and to prove to employers he's not lazy. But it's a bleak outlook.
It's just very difficult. Sometimes you go on the website, job centre website, and there might only be 2 vacancies in a week. And you go on and you look for new vacancies and there isn't any.
And how many people would go for those 2 jobs, you think?
You're looking at thousands of people, aren't you? Looking, for the same 2 jobs. So you've got to really stick out of them 2,000 to have a chance.
So how to offer people real jobs and grow the economy when manufacturing has been neglected for so long?
What cities like Manchester need to do to grow is to connect with the growth in markets in the emerging countries, particularly the economies of Brazil, Russia, India, China and the Middle East. Those countries are becoming the workshops of the world, and what we need to do is start providing our high-level services to those markets.
Manchester then is a good metaphor for the British problem. There are great examples of what can be done and abject expressions of neglect. The biggest problem is that rebuilding would take money and political will. There's not that much evidence of either. Laurence, Al Jazeera, Manchester.